Hello everyone and welcome back. So what we want to do now is to enter our transaction. So like if you check here on this template that I've provided you with, you can see that these are the transactions pertaining to our suppliers. Okay, so I think what I didn't add there is maybe let's say the debt. Okay, because we need the date. So let me quickly copy that and paste it here and then remove that. Okay, perfect. So let's say this transaction happened on the 1st of July. Okay, 1st of July. So let me just say 2024, and the other happened on the 5th of July 2024, and the other happened on the, let's say 10 July 2024, and the other one on the 15th of July 2024. And what else? Maybe let me use June. Let me maybe July, it's okay, it's fine. Then let's say 20 July 2024, and we're sort of closing our books. So let me quickly also paste this to customers. So let me quickly add the debt section there, and then I'll paste that. So let me, perfect. Okay, that's fine. Let me do copy. Perfect. So if I go to suppliers, and then I will just paste these dates, because these are the dates that I want to work with. Okay, uniform dates, which is not a problem, right? So now we want to first buy our inventory and later sell. Okay, so let's just let's see how to do it. So for all these these accounts, we opened an account with them to that they supply us, and then we pay in 30 days, right? And then on this supplier, this supplier is a cash supplier, so we pay and then they deliver to us. So let's see how to account for that. So for all these suppliers that we have on account, we create what we call a supplier invoice, right? So first of all, we're going to create a purchase order and then turn that purchase order into a supplier invoice. Okay, and then for this one, we're going to use just a check to just pay for these ones, because this is a cash transaction. So let's just do that now. So let's go to expenses, because that's where we find suppliers, and let's see who is our first supplier. Our first supplier is John from Genuine Parts Distributor. Okay, so here we find Mr. John. So Mr. John here, and then we don't want to start by creating a bill. We want to create a purchase order. So like I said before, we create a purchase order and send it to a supplier, so that the supplier can check if they have got what we are looking for. So if they've got what we are looking for, they email us back and say, yes, we do have, and then we can do a supplier invoice, and then they supply us. Okay, so now on the category, we have to ignore that, and we don't have an address for this, so we don't have to worry about that. So here, this is the purchase order, and the shipping address is our address, because we are the customer to these guys, since it's a supplier. And we want to create a purchase order for about 200 air filters for different makes of vehicles. So here what we do is we choose a filter, and we know that a filter, the price is costs $6.50, and then 200 quantities. Okay, so which means that requires about 1,300 for us, right? So I think now it's done. So we have for now have to save and close. Alright, so we have to save and close. Okay, perfect. So now you see on these menus, you start to see this. Now we have made one purchase order for 1,300 for air filters. This is Mr. John. And now we need to turn this purchase order into an invoice. So we might click on that, on the purchase order, and let's see what comes up. So you can see it's saying we have got one open purchase order. So create a bill. Okay, so here it's saying create expense. So here we can just say, all right, let's create a bill from this purchase order. All right, so here we are saying, it's saying populate this bill, add to this bill this open purchase order. Then I can say add. Okay, then I can say add, and you can see we close this category there, and that's perfect. So we haven't so we're saying one linked purchase order. It's telling you that we've linked one purchase order there, and perfect. So here there is an option to save, and then we add another one. Okay, but for the purpose of this, we are going to just save, and we close this. So save and close. Right, so now if you look at this, we now have got 0 purchase order, but we now have got one open bill. Mind you, we paid these guys, we bought this stuff on the 1st of July, and we'll pay these guys, let's say on the after 30 days, okay, from the date of purchase. And you can see that we now owe Mr. John, Genuine Parts Distributors, 1,300, and they are saying make a payment. Okay, and we are going to make a payment in the next 30 days. Okay, so this is how you can go about it. Okay, so which is fantastic. And now let's do enter. Let's do some more. So we are done with Mr. John, and then we are going to Mr. Maverick. Okay, so let's see. So here I think on this one I might have not added the proper date, because it should be showing that it has to show for how long this has been owing. So let me just quickly change that. So let me quickly change that. So here I have got the liberty to edit both the bill, right, and the purchase order. So here we can say view or edit. So we are saying, because dates are very key when doing this. Okay, and then we can do save and close. Are you sure you want to modify this? And then I said yes. Okay, and then let's also edit our invoice. Okay, so what we are seeing now is, let's just do this now. Right, so one linked invoice, then perfect, which is fantastic. Great. All right, that's fine. So now if you can check, you can see that we have so we can even go here and see. So you're seeing we've got 0 purchase orders, we've got 1000 open in that, okay, which is fantastic. And then we can come back here we can go to Maverick. We are also going to create a purchase order. We're going to create a purchase order for oil filters, 300 oil filters for different makes of vehicles, right? So we are saying oil filter. Okay, so oil filter. So oil filter, we want how many? We want about 300, right? 300, and then we save and close. Okay, which is fine. And let's also do another purchase order, Rooster Motors. So we go to Rooster Motors, we say create a purchase order. Okay, so Mr. Rooster, this is for 500 brake pads for different makes of vehicles. So even if you hover over here, it shows you that we don't have any quantity, we don't have any stock. So here we will change that to new because we want to add another one as well. So I think I'm forgetting to adjust dates here. Okay, so I will edit the other ones that I've made, the purchase orders. Then let's do for donut. So here we are going to choose supplier, donut, and then donut is coolant. So I take coolant. How many? 1 liters, about 50. Okay, which is about 125. 50. And what's the date there? That's 15 July. So you say 15 July 2024. And then we save a new. And then let's do the last purchase order. So the last purchase order is for James, JNP. So let's choose Mr. James. Right. So Mr. James is buying engine oil. So we take engine oil, about 100 engine oil. And then here we do save and close, and that's for the 20. Okay, so I forgot also to, okay, that's fine. So now we've got 4 purchase orders. So let me click on that. Right, so these are the okay, we haven't seen that anyway. So now we have got these purchase orders there. Okay, and the first one, Mr. John, I think Mr. John, I think it's not there because we did that already. And then we've got Maverick, and let me quickly edit this one because I think we did not do justice on the date. The date section is wrong. So let's correct that. So what's the date for that? That's 5 July. And then I do save and close. right? And the next one is for Mr. Rooster. Let me find Mr. Rooster. Okay, let me edit that as well. That's 10 July. Okay, so let's also do that's 20 July. That's Mr. James. Let's look for James. Okay, so Mr. James, it's 20 July. Okay, 20 July. So I think now we can go back to suppliers and then click again this PO. Okay, so now we want to create a bill. This is for, let's do that in order. Then we've got Maverick. So here we come, here we say Maverick, we want to create that. So here we say add, and the date was that on the 5th of January. So it puts also the due date there. Then you say save and close. Right, and we're left with 3 purchase orders. Let's do the next one, Mr. Rooster. That is on the 10th. So here on the 10th, then we add, and then we save and close. We're left with 2 purchase orders. Now you are on Donald. We say create a bill for Donald. Alright, so we add, so Donald is on the 15th, and then we save and close. Right, and then here we create a bill. And then we add this one, and the date we have to adjust it as well. This is on the 20th, and then we save and close. Perfect. So we no longer have some purchase orders, but here they are saying we have got one that is overdue. Let's see the one that's overdue. So we've got this one that's saying overdue bill. Let's see. Okay, so purchase order 0720, something like that. Perfect. So I think for now this is fantastic, and this is great. So let's go back to suppliers. So here, this is how to enter transactions for your supplier. So this is how you create a purchase order. You turn it into a bill that's a supplier invoice, and then waiting for payment. Then I think on 20 July, that's saying overdue because that is a supplier invoice. It should not be a supplier invoice. It should be a cash bill, something like that. So in the next section, I'm going to show you I'm going to delete that and then create a cash bill, so that you can appreciate what it means. Okay, so thank you for watching, and see you in the next section.